was going to say, if you're the Nets, nice shot by Jefferson. You can afford to go to the offensive glass because if you don't get it, Detroit's not making you pay. And if I'm Rick Carlisle, if Chauncey Billups can't get it going within the first 4 or 5 minutes of this quarter, I do not hesitate at all to bring Chucky Atkins back in the game early.
Atkins was a nice spark, that's for sure.
The problem with coming with Atkins, though, is that Kidd overpowers him.
Tayshaun Prince, guys, does not have a field goal. I know he's played well in previous playoff series. This is the finals now. He got bumped around a little bit on Sunday. Didn't have a very good game, and he's not having a good one here.
He's 0 for 3 in the game. Some players just play better off the bench when there's no pressure on you.
I talked to him briefly before the game. His first start in a playoff.
Oh, nice.
Collins with a basket and chance to make it a three-point play.
So what did Tayshaun say?
Well, I said, you've been in big games before, but this ain't Rupp Arena. And he had kind of a nervous smile as if to say, I know this one's a little bit bigger.
Interesting about Tayshaun Prince, he plays the perimeter game, even though he's got nice size, 6'9" body, 7'2" wingspan. But in 4 years at Kentucky, he ended up, Tayshaun Prince, as the #4 career shot blocker in school history. That's tremendous at a school of that caliber.
In fact, he got a little too perimeter oriented as a junior and started to move back inside as a senior last year and play better. A shot outside by Rick. Tied at 46. Hamilton again. That quick move on the baseline. He has 16.
Where's the big guy sliding over to the baseline? I mean, Kenyon Martin's guarding Clifford Robinson. You got to slide down to the baseline and help your guy out.
Byron Scott has no place else to go because Kerry Kittles is not getting it done. And Lucius Harris, I don't know if he can play the defense.
Whoa. Kenyon Martin trying to go behind his back or just lost it. One of the two. It's a turnover anyway. Pistons by 2. Martin on Billups. Chauncey leaves it for Wallace. In close. Got it. Chance to add to it. Collins picks up his third.
Foul trouble continuing to pile up for New Jersey's front line. And finally a setup play for someone else. Chauncey Billups able to get by Jason Kidd. A number of other defenders. And then delays it off for somebody as opposed to trying to force his own play every time. Forcing Byron Scott to take a timeout with the biggest lead of the night for Detroit.
Up 5. Hamilton told David Aldridge going to the locker room in the second quarter, we got to keep pushing it. We have to attack. Fellas, he's attacking.
Well, he's the one guy that's been shooting the ball well, and he loves the baseline. Tireless worker, running the baseline, waiting for a screen, waiting for an opening. And he's so quick getting that baseline. All it takes him is one dribble. He's lightning quick. Gets it there, and you see right there, he's the one guy that's shooting well in this series. The rest of the team, 30%, that's not so good.
But as a champion-level player, he'll never disparage his teammates. He's going to constantly try to bring them along with him. Rip Hamilton, that unique ability to move at a different speed than anyone else. Jason Kidd has that for his squad. Right now, though, the Nets struggling mightily.
Let's see how the Nets deal with the Pistons and the frenzied crowd that's all lathered up for the first time since they had a 10-point lead late in the third quarter Sunday. Now they've got a 5-point lead after scoring 7 straight points.
You can't shoot fadeaway jumpers over Tayshaun Prince. He is too long and it's too tough a shot.
Hamilton again. Got it!
And now New Jersey walking the ball up the court. Not their game. They're not getting to the offensive glass. They're not out in transition. How are they going to score?
18 points for Rip Hamilton. Collins, the right hand on the baseline. Tough shot.
Jason Collins played for one of the greatest teaching coaches in all of college basketball, Mike Montgomery at Stanford.
He and his brother, his twin brother, who plays now for Utah. Jefferson on Tayshaun Prince. Prince going to the paint. And he got it. Both of Tayshaun Prince's field goals are in this quarter.
He loves that move, going to the middle and just extending out with that left hand. He is tough once he gets to the middle of the paint.
Prince has settled down after the horrendous start for him. I think overwhelmed by the enormity of the situation.
Up 5, 5 to go in the third. Martin has a look. Shot clock was winding down. He missed the jumper, but Jefferson kept it alive with a weak side rebound. Jefferson blocked by Wallace. Collins tried, and he's blocked by Robinson from behind.
Tayshaun Prince on the far side.
Phillips with a three. The lead is 10. Kidd with a follow by Collins quiets the crowd momentarily.
How many times have we seen that? Ben Wallace going over there to help somebody else out and nobody getting back to block out Ben Wallace's guy.
And what he needs to say, Ben Wallace, is, look, I'm not coming anymore as long as my man's going to keep getting dunked. That's your responsibility to shut that penetration down.
Phillips will try it again. Not this time. Jefferson, and here comes the Nets finally. And they'll still slow it down a little bit.
That was a heat check for Chauncey.
Yep.
Can you do that after only one shot?
Yes.
Jefferson will try it outside, and he hits it.
So critical for Richard Jefferson and Kerry Kittles to play well and stroke some outside shots. That jumper forces Rick Carlisle to take another timeout. He wants to milk this crowd a bit.
First field goal by Jefferson to the Pistons, who play such great defense. They've been blocking shots here in the second half. Okur had a couple that prevented what looked like easy buckets, and then Ben Wallace, you know he's going to go to work, and he just stuffed that last one, and then Robinson stuffed the second attempt by Jason Collins. That led to a three-pointer by Billups. It led to a 10-point lead, but Jefferson and Collins have scored on the last two trips down floor for New Jersey, and they cut the lead back to 6.
At some point, New Jersey has to give some credit to the defensive capabilities of Ben Wallace and Okur and Clifford Robinson. That penetration has to come right at the big guys and then turn around and hand it back to somebody who's wide open for a 10-footer.
Hamilton's been big this quarter.
He's feeling it. You can just see he's begging for that ball.
They might get another chance. Kept alive by the Pistons. Fresh shot clock, 3:20 in the third. Phillips inside. And he's fouled.
He can do a good job of that. He's strong enough and can create well enough to get to the middle of the paint. And sometimes, I don't know, he loses aggressiveness and just shoots the threes and shoots from the outside. But he's really the one guy on the team that can get there and create for other people. Richard Hamilton isn't quite there yet. Does a great job of creating scoring opportunities for himself. But Chauncey, when he wants to, can also create for other people. You
have to wonder. He doesn't complain about it. He didn't use it as an excuse on Sunday, but the ankle that forced him to miss 3 games got to still be hurt. 51 straight free throws, 6 in this game, and he's given his team an 8-point lead.
He'd fit right in with the Mavericks, wouldn't he?
That's exactly right.
49 straight free throws in basketball. Look at
There's a lob. Kenyon Martin from Kidd.
Throw it down, Kmart. No bankruptcy here.
Phillips trying to get around Kenyon Martin. Ankle looks pretty good there, but he missed the shot. And here comes his counterpart, Jason Kidd. Kidd will pull up from 15. Missed the outside jumper, and Wallace the rebound.
Detroit is working so hard at shutting off that penetration on the delayed break by Kidd. Working magnificently.
Robinson and Martin banging down the low block. And Robinson got it.
Finally. Clifford Robinson has shot above 40% from the field just once in the last 10 games. Make a shot, please, Clifford.
He does have 10 points in this one.
Offensive foul, Kenyon Martin.
That's 3 on him. Jefferson has 4. Rodney Rogers, when he came off the bench, had 3.
As a screener, you have to just wait. Jason Kidd is going to find his own way.
But Jason Kidd might want to wait a little bit longer to let Kenyon Martin get set to the truth. Two-way street.
But just come to a jump stop.
Hamilton again on the baseline. 20 for Rip Hamilton. And again, it's a 10-point lead.
Detroit has found their game.
Kidd, pull-up jumper, got it. That's his first basket of the third quarter.
been somewhat stagnant the last couple possessions, not doing their customary moving, cutting, screening, just kind of running the pick and roll with Jason Kidd and 3 other guys standing around.
Hamilton around a pick, missed that one.
Watch how hard he moves without the ball.
Kidd all the way with a left hand. Back-to-back buckets by Jason Kidd.
That was pretty sweet right there. 1 on 3. Opposite hand, lay it off. Got it.
And like Steve Nash, an outstanding finisher with the left hand.
Cuts the lead right back to 6. What happened the last time Detroit led by 10? It was 2 quick buckets by the Nets. Now they double-team Hamilton.
Kenyon Martin is going to get fouls here. He's just playing out of control.
And he picks up his 4th.
You watch right down the middle here. There's no numbers here. Little deke up, and he is so strong. And these guys have been bumping the last couple times down the court. I'm not sure if they're auditioning for a part opposite Russell Crowe and Gladiator 2. They're getting after it down there. 4 fouls on Kenyon Martin.
Robinson's not been a good free throw shooter in the playoffs. Although he's hit his first 2 tonight, he nails that one. So the people that were wondering where Clifford Robinson, if he was ever going to show up, he has 11 points tonight. Quite a bit better than what he did on Sunday.
It's amazing that when Phoenix gave up on Clifford Robinson and Jason Kidd for their off-court problems, a lot of people thought that their careers would just sort of go off into oblivion. Clifford Robinson, though, Eastern Conference Finals, Jason Kidd the finals last year, maybe again this year.
Get on the floor.
Kenyon Martin trying to go around everybody, and he got it to Collins. Collins lost it out of bounds.
Catch the ball, please. Where would you like it next time?
15th net turnover. About a 1.5 difference on the third quarter clock and the shot clock.
In a half-court, low-scoring game, those 15 turnovers loom very large.
Billups with 5. Got it! Kidd trying to get a final shot. Knocked it off the backboard, but missed it. Much like Sunday, the end of the third quarter, remember, Detroit had a big lead. They've got another big lead. Can they hold on to this one at home? We've played 3 at the Palace. The Pistons going to work. Chauncey Billups and Rip Hamilton, big quarters offensively. And in the Eastern Conference Finals, the Pistons are only 12 minutes away from evening things up at a game apiece. They're in front, 67-58. Detroit Pistons tonight. And tonight, Chauncey Billups and Rip Hamilton have 33 between them. Wallace has 14 rebounds. Jason Kidd has 14 points. Jason Collins, not only 9 offensive rebounds, but a career playoff high 13 overall. But the fast break points have been cut off at the knees for New Jersey. And now they find themselves trailing 67-58. But again, it's a very similar situation to the end of the third quarter on Sunday for Detroit. Let's see if they can hold. Martin bumped by Corliss Williamson. The ball went in. It's good. Kenyon Martin running the break. Got a sweet bounce from the rim here as Williamson got it.
John Barry, who was magnificent and inspirational, and an instigator of the real run that got Detroit back into their game, has been relegated to sitting on the floor.
I agree with you. He needs to get back in the game, but the reason he doesn't is because they generally don't play him and Richard Hamilton together. And with Richard Hamilton having such a great third quarter, it's tough to bring him in.
Kenyon at another position.
Kenyon Martin, a 3-point play, makes it a 6-point ball game again.
Well, they can't get rid of him, can they? They get up 10, back down to 6, up 10, down to 6.
Hamilton again, up high. Oh, there's a foul by Wallace.
That ball clearly looked to be still in the cylinder.
I was kind of blocked out by the afro, to be honest with you.
Martin off the glass. Ooh. Pretty nifty.
Well, coming alive. He's outstanding third-year player, former #1 player in the entire NBA draft.
Wallace Williamson backing in on Rodney Rogers. And the foul, and Rogers has 4.
Williamson needs to stop thinking about just initiating contact and banging every single time. Get back to his more than adequate skill game.
Kenyon Martin's in his last couple. Runners, and he hit another one off the glass and was fouled again. Those are 3 pretty unique-looking shots in a row.
I think he may have meant to do the other 2. This one, I'll call it, that's the old Papa Shot special right there. Straight on, bank that baby in. But hey, you can get contact and get the ball up to the rim. You know you're strong, let alone make the shot.
And he hits the free throw. He has scored the Nets' last 8 points.
It's so unorthodox, his offensive game, really. He's been able to get by his whole career by pushing and shoving guys out of the way.
Kind of hard to guard, though, isn't it? Being that unorthodox.
There's no way you can guard it. How are you going to anticipate something like that? Beautiful screen by Okur.
Barry trying to draw a foul, didn't. Williams the rebound. Nets looking to push it. Here comes Kidd. Leaves it for Williams on a fadeaway. Not that time. Okur, good rebound. And Detroit's lead cut to 4. 8:35 left in the ball game.
If you, Chauncey Billups, give John Barry a chance to contribute.
Wallace Williamson out of control, but Wallace picks it up, and he's mugged by Williams. So
What
the
is
Pistons
Williams? I'm sorry.
trying to hold on to a 4-point lead is Detroit. 4-point lead here with under 8.5 minutes to play. Let's check in with David Aldridge.
Guys, you can see the Pistons' great defensive performance here in the playoffs, leading the league in all playoff teams less than 88 a game. The architect for their defense, Kevin O'Neal, their assistant coach, one of the people that the Toronto Raptors have interviewed for their head coaching job. I spoke with Glenn Grunwald, the Raptors GM, today. He said no final decisions have been made, but he did not say there was no front runner. Everyone around the league believes that Kevin O'Neal, when the Pistons season is done, will be the next head coach of the Toronto Raptors. They're also talking to Dwayne Casey, the Seattle assistant, Mike Woodson, the assistant in Philadelphia, and Craig Neal, who's already an assistant with the Raptors, guys.
All right, D.A.
David, they interviewed O'Neal during the playoffs while they're still going on?
Well, they might have had a day off or two, you know, after the first round or before the second round or something. You know, he wants to keep it low-key, obviously. The main concern for him is this team right now and what they're doing. But most people around the league believe that he impressed them very much when he went up and he interviewed them. He was the only guy that actually went up there. Everyone else has been interviewed by phone.
Back to the action. Kenyon Martin not only stayed with a loose ball that Ben Wallace poked away, but he worked the baseline and drew a foul when the shot clock was winding down. He has been the Nets offense, guys, this whole quarter.
That foul was called on Ben Wallace. He was running away from the play.
There's the points for Kenyon Martin. And he hits the free throw. 9 in this quarter for him. Rick Carlisle looking on, hoping his team can even it at 1 game apiece. The Nets said, we came in not planning to just steal 1. We wanted to get 2 in Detroit. Not an easy thing to do in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Well, Ben Wallace is the guy, and much like Akeem Olajuwon, you want to go at him. You don't want to go away from them. They are tremendous coming off the ball, defending. You got to go right at them and take it to them.
But Ben is not nearly as big or as athletic as Akeem was.
Wallace Williamson, who didn't finish his last trip to the hoop, doesn't finish this one either, and it's out of bounds to the Nets.
Well, with those type of defenders, you always feel like you're doing yourself a favor. And you see the graphic right there. What Kenyon Martin's been able to do, the Pistons holding on to the ball, just not putting it in the basket.
And Rogers, huge 3. Wallace got up for the rebound way out by the free throw line.
Well, the good sign for New Jersey is that somebody is playing well. And that's Kenyon Martin. If anybody else can come alive.
This time Williamson finished it, and he's got a chance to add to it. Sweet bounce pass by John Barry, putting it right on the money.
All Corliss Williamson had to do is catch and go. Watch this. Boink, let him, and just that's an easy layup and the foul. If that ball's behind him or at his feet, that play does not occur.
And that's Corliss's backside right on the floor camp.
Detroit just keeps coming at you. This is a team not only of the present, but of the future as well. They've got Memphis's first-round pick this year, as long as it's not the #1 overall pick. All these guys are young, exception of Clifford Robinson.
Nice move. Backdoor to Harris and a good delivery by Rogers.
Yeah, we haven't seen many of those. Pistons half-court defense has been really solid. We haven't seen many backdoor cuts at all.
The lead for Detroit is 5 with 7 minutes to go.
Jason Kidd has lost control for his team.
John Barry in trouble. Leaves it for Corliss Williamson again. It wasn't the prettiest dish in the washer, but he'll take it.
Both John Barry and Okur are utilizing. Oh, nice pass there.
Harris. Barry knocked it away from him. Barry's all over the place. Williams misses the shot. Martin.
How many guys was John Barry guarding on that possession? 3? Well, Kenyon Martin has really turned it up here in the fourth quarter. On the block, from the wing, getting the offensive rebounds. He's been their offense.
12 of his 21 points in this quarter. Now a big collision. John Barry. Here's Kenyon Martin on the break. He's got 23 now.
Technical foul on John Barry. Excusable. Losing his mind.
Danny Manning trying to hold him back. He was all over the place defensively on the previous possession. And then when the Pistons came up with the ball, he took it down the other way, and the collision where there was no foul right here is what led to John's outburst after he jumped up.
John is so fired up and wants to play so badly. Gets so few minutes these days, just 11. When he finally does get a chance, it doesn't go his way, and he loses his mind.
Harris at the free throw line as we check in with Michelle Tafoya.
Byron Scott said in that huddle, the same defensive pressure we've been applying the last couple of minutes is what we have to stick with. And 3 other things. Allow no layups, no dribble penetration, and keep rebounding the basketball. Brad?
Remember, on Sunday, with 26 seconds left in the third quarter, Detroit had a 10-point lead. They had an 11-point lead at 69-58. It's now 79-77 as New Jersey is coming back much like they did in the fourth quarter just 2 days ago. Williamson, long left hand for Corliss.
Showing why he was the 6th man of the year last season. New Jersey continues their incredible dominance on the glass, 48-31.
Kenyon Martin's got the same amount of points as the whole team. And the foul is going to be 4 on Robinson.
Well, Byron Scott was fixing to jump out of his suit on that one. He said, no, wait a minute. He took my guy's arms off.
He knows how tenuous this is, and he has come in here before when he was a member of the Lakers on one of the great teams of all time, had a chance at another championship, and just injuries to both Byron and to Magic Scott. Magic Johnson turned everything around.
Jason Kidd's first trip to the free throw line tonight was unsuccessful. Trying to cut a 4-point lead to 3. Does with a second. 15 for Kidd.
Not good when you're at the 5-minute, 30-second mark of the fourth quarter and Jason Kidd is taking his first free throws of the night. Detroit has lived at the line tonight as they've been the ones who have taken it to the rim.
Back off Wallace. Rip Hamilton open momentarily. In and out. Corliss Williamson with the offensive rebound. Billups 3. And now it's Rodney Rogers and a quick outlet to Kidd.
Nice D. Way to stay in front of him.
Kidd blocked by Wallace.
The team defense Chauncey Billups reaching down low, forcing Jason Kidd into a double clutch situation, and the big man coming over Wallace to poke it away. Jefferson back into the lineup for Myron Scott.
Fourth block shot of the night for Wallace, his 45th of the playoffs.
8 as a team for Detroit, block shots.
Getting to Kenyon Martin out of his mind right now.
Kidd, he'll take a three. And who's going to get the rebound? Detroit comes out of the pile with Chauncey Billups. He slows things down. 4:38 left in the ball game. 81-78, three-point game Pistons.
Boy, Clifford Robinson's got Jason Kidd on it. Take it down low.
He tried to take it inside and had it stripped out of there.
Myron Scott coming with Lucius Harris down the stretch as Kerry Kittles hasn't been able to deliver.
Kenyon Martin.
Ben Wallace was there. He forced that miss and got the rebound. What a player.
And Wallace offensively fouled by Collins.
That's one of those ones when you end up under the rim, you're saying, somebody foul me. Somebody please foul me.
And somebody shoot my free throws for me.
You're right there, just taking it strong, and that was going to be a tough make. And Jason Collins probably would have been better off letting him go.
Actually, Ben's hit his last 2 free throws at that time. He is 3 for 6 from the stripe.
Watch his free throw stroke. It's not a bad stroke. It's not an ugly stroke. Good release, good arm action, and just, I don't know. It's not something you look at and go, wow, no wonder he can't shoot. I see him out here warming up 4 games, making 17-footers, 15-footers, mostly confident.
Kidd got it to go. Chance to tie the game.
When you speak of confidence, Jason Kidd, who really hasn't played well since early in the game, all of a sudden has his team on the edge of just pushing the Pistons over.
Remember, he was 5 of 18 until there was 1.4 seconds left on Sunday. And he has just tied the game at 81.
Detroit has to win this game. If they don't, they have no chance in the series.
Statistically, that would normally be the case. It is very lopsided in the way of the team taking 2 straight. Rip Hamilton, he doesn't want it to get to that point. Hamilton with 24. 3.5 to play. Brad Nessler, Bill Walton, Tom Tolbert, Michelle Tafoya, David Aldridge, Mike Tirico, and Sean Elliott. All with you from the Palace. Martin lost the handle, found it again, and scored again.
I love his use of the inside pivot right now. He's identifying the defender each and every time. It's a different guy, and he is just torching whatever they come with.
Kenyon Martin, 16 in the quarter, 25 for the game. We are under 3 minutes, even at 83.
You got to look for Richard Hamilton running the baseline.
There he is. He tried to give it back to Robinson, and it ricocheted off his hands. From Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals. With 2:52 remaining in regulation, New Jersey and Detroit deadlocked at 83. Nets with the ball. Another great fourth quarter for the Nets, much like Sunday. Most of the fourth quarter has been the guy that's got the ball right now, Kenyon Martin. That one short, though, and Wallace has his 19th rebound.
The stretch of the left hand, the snatch. That is a rebound.
Rip Hamilton collides inside, and offensive foul.
You asked for defensive rotation. You got it.
Smart play. Smart play by a smart player. Jason Collins knows that Rip Hamilton wants to go baseline, and he beat him to the spot. Now, the Pistons got to do a good job here at not only initial stop, but they've been getting just killed on the offensive glass. 19 offensive rebounds for the Nets so far tonight.
And they got to quit turning the ball over, too.
Pistons had a quarter when they didn't turn it over at all, and you don't want to turn it over in the fourth. Kenyon Martin's missed back-to-back shots. We're still tied at 83. Now 2 minutes left. Billups, pull-up jumper. Got it!
He makes it look so easy. Why didn't he do that every time? He's got guys who are willing screeners and effective ones in Wallace, Robinson, and Williamson.
Chauncey Billups' biggest shot of the night comes with just under 2 minutes left, giving his team a 2-point lead. Jason Kidd's got the answer coming the other way. 85 apiece. Little backcourt pressure now from the Nets.
Surprise, caught him off guard.
I'd go right back to him.
Not a lot of guys on this Detroit team want to dribble the ball other than Chauncey Billups.
A minute and a half left from the Palace. Detroit trying to even the series.
Got him. Jeez.
Robinson. The hook doesn't go. Kidd's got the rebound, and he's got the burners going. To Jefferson. And a foul. And Kidd comes over immediately as if to say to Richard Jefferson, don't say a word about drawing the foul. It was a pretty hard one by Ben Wallace.
It's so loud in here, Richard Jefferson can't hear the whistle. He's fouled a number of times.
More NBA action on TNT. Dallas and San Antonio. That's game 2 at 8:30. Thursday night, we'll start things off at 8 with the 2003 NBA Draft Lottery. Then game 3 of this series on ABC at 8:30. Saturday on ABC, the LA Sparks and Connecticut Sun in the WNBA at 4 o'clock on ABC. A minute 18 remaining in this one. A 1-point New Jersey Nets lead. Only 7 of 165 teams have ever come back to win series in a best-of-7 after being down 2-0. Detroit doesn't want that staring at them. Williamson inside. Rule of foul.
If you can overpower Kenyon Martin in the zone that he's already in, like Detroit would be in if they lose this game today.
Under a minute. Tied at 86. Martin's been the man this quarter for the Nets. Jefferson got Corliss Williamson in the air, and he drew a foul.
Well, that's just not a good matchup on the perimeter. Corliss Williamson trying to guard Richard Jefferson. Good job at getting him up in the air, and just got a little bit of body contact sending him to the free throw line.
But when New Jersey sees this matchup, as Carlisle has come with the 3 big bruisers across the front, Jason Kidd should just orchestrate some movement without the ball for Richard Jefferson. Just start curling off screens. Corliss Williamson can't chase him on the perimeter.
Jefferson hit his first. He got them both. Jefferson with 9, but 2 key free throws right there gives his team a 2-point lead. Final 40 seconds right now. Billups almost turned it over himself.
Face him up.
Williamson backing in on Collins. Bulls his way in the paint. Missed the shot. Jefferson the rebound. And now Jason Kidd's got it with 25 seconds left.
They got a foul here. There's not enough time. They're going to wait and have 3 seconds if they get the rebound.
Well, you can call the timeout and move it up to half court. I don't think you foul. If they make 2, game's over. You certainly can't foul now.
Final 10 seconds. Nets lead 88-86. Jason Kidd won the game on Sunday. He missed that shot.
Nice
Nets
tip.
got a hand on it. And let's see, 1.5 seconds remaining timeout.
What a tip by Lucius Harris. Tried to keep it in.
Sunday, there was 1.4 seconds left in a 2-point game. Tuesday, 1.5 seconds left, 2-point game.
Assume that Byron Scott would put on the inbounder.
Here's who Detroit's going to come with. Billups, Tayshaun Prince. It'll be Rip Hamilton, Corliss Williamson, and John Barry's coming in.
This is not a group that you can lob to.
These are jump shooters. 1.8 left. Nets, can they go home? Up 2-0. And now that there's been a look. Barry, Rip Hamilton, Corliss Williamson, and Billups. Tayshaun Prince gets it into Chauncey Billups. No foul call. Game's over. The Nets win it. Billups trying to draw a foul. None called. And a shocked Rick Carlisle, and the Detroit Pistons are down in a 2-0 hole. And the crowd livid at the Palace. As they did Sunday, the Pistons lose by 2 at home. Here's another look, guys, at the final 1.8.
Jason Kidd closing out on him.
That's not a foul.
That's not a foul. That's not even close to a foul right
Kept
there.
his hand straight in front of Billups.
He gets his own space.
You cannot play better defense than what Jason Kidd and his net teammates did right there.
You're entitled to your space as a defender. Just as long as you don't bring your hands down across the offensive player's hands, that's not a foul. And his hands, you'll see right here clearly, hands are straight up in the air. Now,
Jason Kidd has always been known as a defender who's called out that he wants the other team's best player who's on fire so that he can have the responsibility of shutting him down, and he did it one more time. The Nets 2-0.